Hello and welcome to my dungeon. Well, by the time you're watching this, it's December. Haha, where did the year go? I feel like it was just 2019 and now we're about to be in 2025. Ew. At some point, all kids want to catch Santa, right? They want to be like, I'm gonna stay up and I'm gonna catch Santa. I'm gonna watch him put the presents and I'm gonna watch him chimney and I'm gonna catch Santa. Here's the thing, right? I'm dumb and I'm gullible, okay? So the thing is like I believed in Santa for probably a little too long, okay? Because listen, the thought of logic was like, whew. My parents were like, yeah, Santa. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, Santa. And my brother's looking at me, because my brother's 3 years younger than me. He's looking at me going, he figured it out when he was like 4. I don't want to say when I figured it out. But in my defense, is because my parents made me believe, okay? They set things up to make it so make it make sense, okay? So listen, when I was young, there was one time at school we made reindeer food, okay? And then we put it outside for the reindeer, and then I went to sleep. When I woke up, they're like, oh look, the reindeer ate the food. And they somehow put like deer tracks into the mud. And I'm like, this has gotta be real. But the thing is, like, reindeer's feet are like now I'm an adult, so I'm like, reindeer's feet, and they were like, but like as a kid, I'm like, you know, like it just blew my mind. And I'm like, oh my God, Santa's real. They're like, did you hear him on the roof last night? Did you hear? I was like, no. The thing is too, what's so frustrating is Santa. Me and my brother would always try to like look at Santa's handwriting, and it was not like my mom's, and it was not like my dad's, because God forbid someone changed their handwriting. Oh, I would never have thought of that. I was a fool, but I wanted to believe, you know, I was a child. It's okay, it's a child. There was times where, you know, as me, a goody two-shoes, right? There was, you know, me and my brother did try to stay up a couple times, but there was one time where my parents were like, hey, so, you know, if you wake up in the middle of the night and you have to go pee, cover your face like this, because the walk from my room to the bathroom was passing the living room. And so I was like, I don't ever have to pee when I wake up in the night. I'm just gonna sleep through the night. I'm all excited. And so, I randomly woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, I have to pee. And I was like, this is unbelievable. My parents told me that I'm gonna have to cover my face. I don't want to cover my face. I was like, maybe I'll just go back to sleep. I didn't go back to sleep. I was awake and I had to pee. I had this big white book. You may know what I'm talking about. You may not. I had this big white book of like everything. And it talked about like mammals, and it talked about water, and it talked about all kinds of stuff. It also had, it talked about birth. That part freaked me out. That part always freaked me out. I don't remember what this book was, but I remember that I would always skip past that part because it freaked me out. Anyway, so I got that big book and I walked down the hallway holding it like this, holding it like this against my face, because I didn't want to see Santa. I didn't know what would happen, but I didn't want to ruin it. So I go like this, I go to the bathroom, put it back like this, walk back to my room, I lay down, and I'm like, I did it. I didn't hear anything though, so like Santa probably hasn't come yet. So I could probably take a peek. I could probably take a little look-see, you know, it was probably fine. So I go to my door, because I had 2 like French doors as like the bedroom, because originally my room was the office, but then my other brother came and then he took my room, and I was like, you know, but anyway, so I had 2 French doors. So I go and I slowly open the door. I remember being like, oh, I'm not supposed to, oh, but I want to, oh, but I'm not supposed to, oh, but I want to, oh, but I'm not supposed to. And then I did eventually look, and there was a giant stuffed animal horse, which is, I listen, I was, and still kind of am, horse girl, okay? And so like the fact that Santa brought me a horse plush was like, oh, he knew, because my parents would never give me that. My parents would be like, this is just gonna get dust in your room. You're just gonna, you know, it's just gonna get dirty because you're a kid and you play with things. You like horses, you know, just have your horse Barbie toys. Like, you don't need any more horse stuff. So Santa would know that I would want that, right? My parents wouldn't, but Santa would know. So anyway, I see that and I was like, oh, I should go back to sleep. Oh, but I want to go because that's definitely for me. It's not gonna be for my brothers. It's definitely gonna be for me. And so I was like, okay. So I army crawled. I army crawled across hard tile because I didn't want to, just in case, you know, so I went out and I all the Christmas lights were still on, like the tree and everything, and I picked up that horse and I hugged it so hard, and I was so excited, and I was like, I should go wake up my brother, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna have this moment for myself. I was like, yeah, that's how I know Santa's real, because my parents would never do this for me. I'm a little embarrassed at how long this went on for, because I remember being like 13, and me and my brother's like, we're gonna catch him. It's not Santa. Santa's not real. You know, we're gonna catch him in the act. I was like, I don't know, man. Like, you know, a lot of stuff. I still remember the reindeer thing. Like, that was pretty. He's like, no. No. He's 10, right? I'm 13 and he's, anyway. We stayed up and we're like, yeah, because at our new house, like it had an upstairs, like our rooms were upstairs and then there was like a banister looking into the living room. And so we were going to army crawl, look over the banister and watch Santa, you know. We didn't, we fell asleep. Didn't work. But the thing is too, this is what made me so confused over everything. I know what you're thinking, Kate, you were so gullible. I know. When we approached my mom about, is Santa real or not? You know, like I was probably like 7, my brother was like 4, right? The thing is, my mom, she answered it in such a way, I don't know if it's because I'm dumb. I am the goody two shoes. He likes to break every rule that's possible. Anyway, we go to my mom, we're like, is Santa real? And she goes, he's real in your imagination. Me, I had imaginary friends. I loved my imagination. Everything in my imagination was real to me. My brother didn't give two diddly squats about imagination. He wanted to, you know, get his G.I. Joe guys and make a parachute and throw it off a, you know, cliff. So my mom's saying, oh, he's real in your imagination. I was like, so he is real. And my brother's like, so he's not. Like, you know, at 4, he's like, okay, so he's not. Like, you know, imagination's not real. I'm like, yeah, imagination is real. Like, imagination. He's like, no, imagination's not real. You're imagining it. And I'm like, yeah, you're imagining it, so it's real. Hence why it took so long for me to understand. Do you come on, you gotta have something like that too. Eventually I did, you know, I was kind of like, oh, you know, this doesn't really make any sense. Santa, one night, the whole world, yeah, okay, you know, like, I like how that was what did it. I also too will say, we had Santa, even though, you know, we all became teenagers and then young adults, we did have Santa for quite a while, and then, I don't remember what it was, like 26, I think? When I woke up, we were at my grandma's house, woke up Christmas morning, I walk out and I was like, you know, all the kids, like, cause there's like, you know, cousins had kids, and so all the kids had Santa stuff, and I went to my mom, I was like, where's our Santa stuff? And she looks at me and she goes, you're an adult. And I was like, okay, and I'm 26, but my youngest brother is still 16. He still deserves Santa, at least. And he came out and I was like, don't you want Santa? And he goes, hey, yeah, wait a minute. And I was like, wait, you didn't even realize? Can I help you? Do y'all have any Santa stories? I know also, too, you may be like, oh, Kate, did you ever get pictures done with mall Santa? Yes, I did. I behaved in every single one of them, too. I didn't cry. I wasn't scared. The Easter Bunny was always kind of scary. A little bit. Have y'all seen the Easter Bunny? Sometimes the Easter Bunny can be a little bit scary, but no. Also, too, I kind of debated. This is going to sound so stupid. This is going to sound so dumb. So there was a couple of years ago where I was kind of having, like, you know, a little bit of a rough time. I don't really remember what was happening. Thank goodness. But, you know, I was having a little bit of a rough time. And one of my friends was like, hey, we should go see Mall Santa. We should go, you know, take pictures with Mall Santa. And I was like, oh, that'd be funny. And I thought about it. And I was like, oh, what if I tell Santa what I want for Christmas? Haha. And I thought about it. And I was like, what if Santa gave me a hug? And I thought about it. And then I cried. But, like, you know, I was kind of like, ooh, Christmas. Do you have any fun little Santa stories? How long did it take you? How long did it take you to figure out? No, I mean, there's not going to be any children watching my video, hopefully. Santa's real in your imagination. It's all, I had the same issue with the Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny. Now I'm thinking about it because the thing is, I believed in Santa more than, because when the Tooth Fairy, I was like, well, what's she doing with these teeth? Easter Bunny, I don't know. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I was gullible. I think, But you know what? Gullible, but I was happy. I was a happy kid, okay? Because the thing is too, like, I try to remember other Santa moments, but I would just sleep. I didn't even try. I was like, yep, Santa's coming, night. You know, because I wanted to wake up and I wanted to have toys. And there was one time, I can't believe I forgot about. Before we leave, I have one more story. Santa brought me a bra one time. I was 14. I didn't hit puberty till I was like 17. So like, I didn't need one, let's just say. But I remember pulling it out of my stocking and I was like, why would Santa give me this? And my brother's like, ha ha, you know, because he's a boy. And so he's like, ah, and I'm like, and I look at my mom horrified and I was like, I don't want this. Like, why would Santa give me this? And she's like, well, you know, you may need it later on. And I was like, is this your awkward way of being like, oh, you're going to hit puberty at some point? Haha. Like, she could have just told me. You didn't have to put it in my stockings. Santa. So embarrassing. You can wait for Santa? Okay. I know. Let's go get some treats. Merry Christmas to Thor today. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a fantastic day. Safe travels. Goodbye.